Hey, Easy Agent Proers, welcome to today's episode of EAP TV. I'm Tyler, and today I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that's 100% free that can 3x your business. So the summation of a lot of questions we get asked in our forums, via email, and our support tickets is really this transactional thinking by agents. They're wondering what they can do to get one lead, what they can do to get 5 leads, what they can do to get another sale, what they can do to increase their commission. It's this really transactional thinking, like I do this one thing or this 2 things and then I get a result. And that's good, but I think the spreadsheet I'm going to give you today is going to broaden your mindset and horizon for what you can do in real estate creatively in order to get the end result, the income, the money you want to earn as a real estate agent coming to fruition, and you're actually earning that. So what you can see on the screen right now is actually for free. You can click the link below in the YouTube description. I'll probably comment with it, and maybe you can even click it on the screen. But basically, it is a spreadsheet that you fill out your last 10 commission checks, all of your referrals versus all your total clients, and all your total clients and the number of second homes you sell. And that's really sort of specific data, and I'm going to break down why we do that specifically. But what it's going to do for you is it's going to run the math. For those of you that didn't get any good scores on math tests, this does the math for you, and it's going to show you what a new client actually means for you in dollar volume, and in terms of like actually bringing in referrals and bringing in second homes off that first client sale. And for most of you, that number is going to be somewhere between maybe $6,000 or $12,000, depending on how good you are converting them to the referral. But what it gives you is 3 numbers, and that's 3 ways that you can actually grow your business. And if you grow all of them, you're going to 3x your business. So the first one that it breaks down for you is your average commission check. I hear so many agents come here and they're like, oh, I'm getting a commission check. That means I can buy this, this, and this. Right? They're thinking very transactionally. They're not thinking about value. They're not thinking about business. What you need to be thinking is over the last year, over the last 2 years, my average commission check was this, right? And so that if I do these marketing activities, generally that's going to produce these results, and based on my average commission check, it's going to yield this type of salary, right? That's the type of thinking that will let you go out there and spend $2,000 on Facebook ads to get 1 sale. Where if you don't think like that, you might stop short of that. You might try $100 on Facebook, get a couple leads and get things going, but then not push through enough to get the lead that would have been the sale, right? And if you get to that first sale, what you realize is the next number on the sheet, number 2, is the actual referrals per client. And if you fill out this total new clients you have versus the total number of referrals you have, what it's going to do is it's going to calculate how many referrals you get for every client. And so if you get, let's say you had 20 clients last year and you had 5 referrals last year, that means for every 1 client that you have, you get 0.25 referrals. So that when you get to every 4 clients that you have on board, you basically bank another 5th transaction, right? So then you can think, okay, if I get 4 new clients, then that's basically guaranteed that one of those 4 new clients is going to give me 1 referral, which means that adds value for the average client that I bring on board, right? So if I go get a new client, that means not only am I getting that $6,000, $7,000 average commission check, but I'm earning 0.25% of a referral for that transaction, right? Which then lets you spend more on ads, lets you invest more in your marketing to get that 1 client because you see further, right? And the last number, the 3rd number about this, is the average homes per client. And that's how many people over the last 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of your business have bought a second home from you because they bought the first, right? And so those are the 3 ways that you can really impact your real estate business's bottom line end of the year, right? And that's what this spreadsheet breaks down. It says you can impact the amount that each transaction gives you. You can impact the referral amount you get per transaction. You can impact the amount of times they do business with you. That's basically your knobs that you can play with in your little real estate kitchen. And so what your goal then next is to increase all those numbers. So let's break down, and if you have this free spreadsheet, you can see below there are ways that you can break this down. So you want to increase your average commission check, right? Maybe you want to go from an average commission check of $6K to an average commission check of $10K, right? How can you do that? Well, one, you can start farming with, follow our Facebook video farming tip, and you can start farming communities where the average commission check would be $10,000. You all know where they are in your communities, right? You all know where those neighborhoods are where your commission check's going to be closer to $2K and where your commission check's going to be closer to $10K, right? You can go farm those areas. You can commit to joining a luxury team for a year of your career because you know in year 2, when you maybe leave that luxury team or start your next luxury team by yourself, that your average commission check will be higher, right? So you can think more long-term about your career and where you want to go. If you're looking at this and you're like, yeah, I really don't know if I can boost that referral number, or I don't know if I can really boost the amount of times people do business with me, well, I can really increase that commission check. So why don't I go join this luxury team for 6 months, 8 months, a year, get those luxury homes in my portfolio under my belt so that when I'm out there doing a listing presentation for $1 million property, for a $2 million property, I have experience to fall back on. It lets you think, filling out this spreadsheet lets you think long term and say, I'm going to do this for 6 months or a year so that in 2 years, I'm doing something else, like my salary is actually increased in real estate. And I use salary as a just generic term there because we obviously know real estate agents, you don't have a salary, right? You have revenue for your business that you then invest back into your business and then pull a salary out of there, right? You got to think of it that way. So the next step is how can you boost those referrals, right? People in real estate refer people who created some remarkable experience. Think of Disneyland, like it's the iconic example of creating the magical experience. Did you create enough of those Disneyland-like experiences where it was easy to schedule with you because you used something like Calendly or Mixmax, or you went above and beyond and bought them these ridiculously Costco-sized jumbo balloons for their new house, or their daughter really loved teddy bears, so you went and bought one of those just like 6-foot teddy bears and put it in the daughter's new room. Did you make enough of those magical things happen so that you can increase that average referral per client number, right? You can actually build things into your systems, into your transaction management systems to increase that number. What happens if every single transaction closes and you send them a card that's 6 feet big, right? You try that for the next 4, 5, 6 transactions and see if that gets you more referrals. Because then you can plug it into this spreadsheet and say, hey, that change that cost me $20 a card actually increased the average number of referrals I get per closing, right? It took me from a 0.25 where every 4th closing I did got me a referral to maybe a 0.5 where every 2nd closing I did get you a referral. That's going to dramatically increase your salary, right? And if you do that after increasing your average commission check, you see how this sort of multiplies, and your goal is to increase the bottom number by increasing all 3 of the middle numbers, right? And then what we can do is we can move to the average homes per client. And this one's a bit harder to manipulate because you can't really make people move more. But you can target things like investors where you might have to take a lower percentage of the commission, and you can start providing value to them. But you're never going to do that until you make it a priority, right? You can provide value to them on your website by providing an investors only section where you dissect the 10 best deals every week, every month, every quarter. But until you commit to doing that and increasing that average homes per client, you're not going to do it. So get the free guide and then find ways, pick one of those numbers you're going to increase this week. Leave a comment below saying, hey, I'm going to increase my average commission check by doing X. And leave that below so that we can hold you accountable. We'll reply back and look for you to give us some data on how that went and everything. But get the free guide today. Fill it out with your last 10 commission checks with your clients, referrals, and your second homes and everything. And see what you can do to increase your salary by focusing on these 3 numbers. So I'm Tyler with EasyAgentPro. Hope this helps you think less transactionally and more value related in your real estate business. Hope it helps you find ways to increase that customer experience so you get those more referrals, get those higher commission checks, and then get those second homes, people coming back to you. So I'm Tyler with EasyAgentPro. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you like the guide. I'll see you next time.